Hello everybody and welcome to part 24 of my Salty Shaka series. This part's going to begin at the start of a turn instead of the end, because at the very end of the last video the game actually hung, and I wanted to just talk about that real quick. One of the things I've noticed as a downside of the new enhanced user interface is that because I have it set to instant tooltip, as you can see here, and because it does more work drawing outlines when you're at war and stuff like that, and just processing more in general, I've noticed sometimes if it's between turns and I'm moving around, every now and then you'll see the tooltip just stops responding, and then the cursor turns into the Windows waiting, not responding cursor. And every time I've seen this happen, what has happened is the enemy's turn has completed and the autosave has been generated, but then the game fails to hand control back to the player, which means you just reload the most recent autosave and you're proceeding like normal. And that's what we have here. So I just wanted to clarify that. It was something I had noticed earlier about the updated enhanced user interface, and I wanted to cover that, so because I had re-released it with my tweak. So for those of you using it, and if you look back in the series, you'll notice most of the time when I pass a turn, I try to park the cursor over here on the maps, because it's not going to bring up a tooltip. So, Thousand Spread and Valletta seeks a new natural wonder. Okay, so this prophet's going to be hanging out. Okay, lots going on here. It really is a problem that Paris would more or less be a walk in the park, but with all this, all these Mayan units, it's not going to be so easy. Okay. So I think, alright, you cannot reach anybody, right? Okay. So we will probably have him step forward to here. Or if we can vacate this tile, maybe have him step him forward to here so that we can reach the city. I don't know, but what I do know is we should probably have this guy do this. Alright, there's that. And can you take it from there? It looks like he can. So that is probably the way we should do it. I do kind of want to determine how we're going to do everything else around here, though. We're definitely going to want to pillage that and get this started. The scout's not going to have anywhere to back up to, it looks like, so we're kind of in trouble as far as that goes. We could come down here and kind of zone of control, slow this guy down if he's coming over here. It'd be the sacrificial lamb kind of thing. We do have people coming over to Warsaw, so this guy will be relinquished at some point. So there's that to consider. We do know that these guys are going to be stepping here and here because they can reach the city and cannot be reached, and that's very convenient. It's not entirely clear how these guys are going to get around our archer wall, though, because of the Great Wall and the fact that this is all wooded and such. I'm just thinking if we are going to push in here, we might want, or if we are going to move this guy here and push in here, then we should do that first for the flanking bonus. Maybe we take slightly fewer damage. I don't know how much the flanking bonus helps the spear toss. Maybe I should look into that. Alright, so if we move this guy here, he'll be able to like shoot over in this direction, maybe like down in here if his units come around that way, or if we come into here, we're set up immediately. Although we are going to also want to have this guy be able to move in, so let's just have this guy move like this, and yeah, maybe he just comes here at a time, because we have an MP already in place. So we'll have him pillage, have this worker get started, like so. Alright, so he can come down in here, so we definitely want to get this guy going. So we just move him over here for the flanking bonus. Oh, can't. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Alright, we'll just do that. And then this guy can move here. No, he can't. Okay. So this guy can move here. It looks like I can say, okay. Alright. There's that. And now he comes down here. Alright. That's not too bad. I guess we will have this guy's zone of control. It's kind of ugly, but... And then these guys come here. It does look like this is just a huge traffic jam. So let's have one guy. We're going to be in bombard range here, and then when we move here, we're going to be in bombard again. So that is a problem. And this is on a hill. He's got a trebuchet. So yeah, we're going to be getting blown up. But it's better to have somebody damaged. Speaking of which, let's do this, because the exchange rate's going to be good. Probably not. Well, the archers don't bother us as much. The ranged ones don't bother us as much because of our triple. In fact, at the moment we decided we were going to shift gears and head into the Great Wall, I think that would be a good time to start choosing cover as the extra promotion. So this is such a favorable exchange rate, but our progress is so slow, I think we do need to be a little conservative. So let's just have this guy... Well, he can't alert up because he already spent a turn pillaging, and this worker is actually started. So we can do this because next turn we just get, you know, pillage this again. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, assuming they all coordinate, we're going to be taking 6 shot, but we do have triple cover by way of our Buffalo promotions, so I'm not too worried about that. We don't want to tear up this road yet, because we still have people getting across, or at least the Polish one, the one that we would call America. We can slow down, so we'll actually get started on chopping this down because we were going to be able to make a river farm here. This is repaired, it looks like, so let's go ahead and step here, rip up some road, and then probably come over here and do a quarry. This guy's going to get this set up. And I'm hoping Warsaw is still going to work that tile. Looks like it is, and it's no longer in resistance. So that will be faith that we are able to benefit from. Okay, so this is an interesting setup. We know this guy is just going to be coming through here, so I'll just do that now. It's nice visibility, protects our caravan. The Great General, let's see, we're always going to pillage here, so let's just do that. Which of these has more health? 58, 53. Okay. So maybe we have him come here. And it doesn't look like we need the Great General's influence, but we do have the luxury of saying step up. Because now we can come here and influence this guy. So let's do that. And now this guy can step forward, hit that, and he can hit that. So the fact that the Great General is exposed is not a problem anymore. We'll have him shoot here, not quite enough, and there we go. Alright, so we'll pillage here, and then push in. And now we're in a situation where all of our archers can start unloading on the city. Along that same vein, let's see. You are not a medic. You are. We have another impy coming up from here. This one's in good health. This one can pillage step. This one, if he gets in trouble, we're going to be in trouble. So, 41, 44. Okay, well this is numerically less. Hopefully that's all the computer considers, and not the fact that this guy literally cannot retreat. Since he cannot retreat, getting medics on top of him is going to be a good thing. I'm just thinking of having this guy come over, even though he's not fully healed. Like so. And I'll spend his turn just healing up. Oh, he can withdraw. Okay. Well, in that case, I would have come here, but this is fine too. Okay, I failed to notice that. Alright, this is called Poland, but that's a misnomer. This would be America. And I see this guy here, so we're going to have to go around. Earlier I had bent down instead of bent up. I could have this worker come over this way to deal with this, but I'm guessing Gnosis will fall so quickly that it won't be relevant. So perhaps we just have him stick to what he was doing before. And this guy's pre-building along the way as well. He was coming down because of the camp, but we found out this camp is completely soloable. So we should probably head back over here. I mean, until we have enough units to actually start marching north, there would be no point to erase Makassar. We do have plenty for home defense. We have a composite bowman coming out next turn. That'll be 2 over here. This is going to be an impy, so we got another one here. So we can move some units over there real quick. Maybe we do it in a way that if he's got units to send, he sends them and we start chewing them up. Like keep this on life support so that he maintains control, but we can have the initiative. I think I like that idea, so let's just start backing this guy up. He's gonna do that, he's gonna do that, he's gonna do that. This guy, well, there's no reason not to put him here, so we'll just do that. Everybody's in our borders, so, and that's deliberate. Okay. This will be a tile that is pillaged, but it'll be 2 turns. So let's just come here for visibility, and if we get intercepted, no big deal. We've got a lot of workers over here. There's not much I can do with him. We should have 2 great generals in this area. Looks like bringing this one down here is good because it'll cover this scout as well. And then we just need to make sure that this one comes down here before this guy shoots next turn. Alright, we're going to come up and rip up some roads here. Oh, I didn't even notice the GPT is actually in the positive. Alright. So it's time to pass the turn. You can see I'm parking the cursor over here so as not to trigger that. Because I understand how it happens and how to alleviate it, but it's not something I want to make a regular part of the series. So I do what I can to try and prevent that from happening. And it's good at, you know, science, so to speak, research as to what's going on. Okay, how does France have a Minuteman? Oh, Musketeer. Oh, okay, that's their unique unit. Okay, I thought it was, okay. Yeah, see, like here, normally I would be taking this, but because we're slowed down by the Great Wall, I think going for cover is sensible. So, here, medic's the thing. And, okay. This guy's kind of in trouble, but we can work with it. Alright. New camp right behind us. That's funny. That's going to be Troye's problem, not ours. We'll get to construction projects later. I'd rather focus on the war right now. It's more important. Yeah, we get beat up here. Nothing we can do about that, except for pillage here next turn and get started on repairing. We'll finish this repair. Pillage here. This guy can step and pillage, preserving the sugar. Hey, look at this. We were allowed to go along. Okay. Well, let's zoom past him. If we get hit, we can continue our scouting. That's very good. I like it. Okay, so we know this crossbow wants to come here, and we know this crossbow wants to come here. So our decisions need to be based around that, essentially. And this is flat land, so even with the wall, it's only going to count an MP for 2 hexes. So we can move this MP down here with the intention of being able to move through the crossbow. Uh, so here, let's move the Great General down. I really want to shoot the city as much as possible, but this swordsman over here is a problem. Because if he's not at war with France, then the Great Wall's not going to slow him down, which means he could come up here and beat up on our MP. So let's just, you know, get that out of the way. I see this crossbow here, so I'm thinking about having this guy pillage this and then step back. Did we already pillage? We already pillaged. Ooh, that's not good. So yeah, I do think having him step back is the way to go. So that we're out of range of this, out of range of this. All we have is the trebuchet. Alright, so even if we have to pillage a sugar, once we have Paris, the Great Wall is no longer an influence, and our workers can, you know, get things up and running. Alright, so there's that. We will step here. No, there's a worker here. He can step into here, though, so that's fine. And then he can step here, pillage. It probably was a better idea to pillage and step, even though it is sugar, because now we're in a position where we can't pillage, and that could be a problem. So if I could go back, I would do that differently. We'll have him come through because he can. He'll step forward for the purpose of protecting the Great General. I wish that this Great General could be here to cover this guy. That's probably the reason why he took so much damage. But alright, so this is on the other side of the river, unfortunately. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, we're not going to address that yet. We're going to do other stuff first. So much going on. Okay. So because this is rough and there's so few tiles here, I think it's time to just start finishing the road here. Oh, and you know what? We're about to hit industrialization, so I don't even have to think about this. We'll just do impies for now, because if we started building a crossbow, it would become a Gatling gun, and even if we had full production, Gatling guns without range are not of any use to us, really. We'll have this guy start heading back here, because we are having a problem with over here. Okay. So he can step and shoot. He cannot, and in fact he's damaged. We can't, if we step in here, we're going to get Great Walled, so we can't step in pillage for the purpose of healing if we're in range of bombard, and we don't have somebody who's of less health. So we don't know what we're going to do with this guy yet, but we do know this guy can step and shoot. And if we kill this off, that frees us up here. No, we can kill this by pushing an MP across the river. So let's do that. Should it be this one? He's the only protection down here in the south, so let's do this. We'll do this. He pillages. And should we have this guy flank this guy? Probably. And then these two swap places, and he gets out of bombard range. Oh wait, that was not smart. Okay, he does have more health, but this guy's gone. Okay, that was a mistake. Well, luckily this is just a secondary army, so it's not terribly important. But I do think that frees us up to move this guy here, which is good. And then the Great General comes here to influence at least this guy. You can't influence this guy, but this guy is way safer. And perhaps I should not have moved this guy all the way here, because he is medic. That was just bad planning. The whole thing's a mess over there, so... okay, I'm going to move this guy here, and this guy over here. This guy here. This is the new one, probably, so we can move to there, but we don't want to. He is fine there. have 2 here. So I'm going to have this guy cross the river too. Thank you, worker, for finishing this up. In fact, let's go ahead and bury our noses right. He can move again. Okay. We'll have him come up here. He can bury his nose there. And then this guy can become the human monument over here. And this guy becomes a human monument there. Alright. And we got impies coming up from behind too. Basically, I want to be able to push around the city. And since I'm already bothering with being out of borders, I'll go ahead and move this guy here. And this guy here. And that's going to be it for now. Move Great General here. He's not going to be influencing this guy, but this guy can step and shoot. Yep. Alright, so this worker can come down to this river tile. We're near the end of the game, so I don't know how critical that is, but we're going to do what we can. I had forgotten that prophets have that poor visibility. Impy's coming over. We'll get on this quarry. And here we go. We have gone over the river, so now this guy can come here, rip up this road. Next turn we'll go on the city tile, come here, rip up the road. I did it that way because we don't want to get stopped by the rough, and that is a way that we can avoid that from happening. Okay, so there's that. And he can slide in here next turn, so that works out. Alright, so we're probably going to lose this guy, which is very, very unfortunate, but this is a secondary war front. We can lie here. It's so late in the game, it doesn't matter. Alright.
Industrialization based on machinery.
Okay. So now any crossbows we have that have the range promotion, we can feel free to upgrade. That's probably going to be most relevant in Paris after the land becomes ours. It looks like Buenos Aires is low man on the totem pole, so that's where I would like to move the new spy that we got for reaching a new era. Looks like we have 2 river farms, so let's come up here and develop that. Coco, Yulandi is king. Okay, cool. So now this worker is freed up. He can come down here and do this one. We're probably not going to have time to do it, get everything we need from all of that, but we can certainly try. Okay, new guy. Go ahead and cross yourself over the river. Oh, look at this. He's got a... Alright, so what I'll do instead is we can go ahead and declare war this turn. And what I'll do is I'll back the Great General. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I imagine a scenario where he crosses the river here, shoots, MP finishes him off. Or since this is a swordsman, we just do it one shot and have the other shot hit the city. But we can probably go at this point. And we got some flexibility. We had 2 cities spitting out units and they have their own human monuments. So we have some flexibility there. Okay, this is a crossbow in Paris. So we're going to take March. We're going to pillage here. Get out of Bombard. He starts on repair of that. We'll have this guy pillage here and stay there. This worker wants to come over here to address that. This worker wants to come over here to address this tile. And there we are. We can move this guy over here to help support our beaten up units. We're going to have this guy come in here. We can have this guy cross the river like so. And then this guy can come on here. So we have this Great General come down here. And this Great General comes over here. And now I think we have full spread. And that allows this MP to... I was going to say let's come down here, but with this swordsman here, it's probably going to be a good idea to have a blocker over here. So yeah, let's just do that. And now all of our archers are freed up. Levanta and Greece now allies I don't think that matters to us. Losing grasp on Valletta. Cocoa connected for Cape Town. Jerusalem cancels quest. Sidon and Germany now allies. Which one is Sidon? It's probably going to be up here somewhere. Yep. Okay, so he might be preparing for an attack, which is unfortunate because he's probably significantly stronger in this area than we are. Remember, impies are not meant for defense. So maybe I have this guy come over to Poland or Germany instead. Okay. Unit was killed down here. Right. Okay. Tech-wise, we are going to head for rifling. Because we are in the end of times. We're at a point where we can forego future investment for short-term gain. In light of that, like I said, Gatling guns are actually going to be useless. So in the turns leading up to industrialization, we should have favored crossbows just for that reason. But I do think we have plenty, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's address some of our active war fronts now. This guy can reach this trebuchet, so I think that's a worthwhile cause. And this guy can reach this crossbow, so that's probably a worthwhile cause. And then everybody else can just hit the city, which is doing a good job of resisting. We have plenty of people in range that are damaged, so we do not have to worry about like hitting this just to make a damaged one to save the crossbow from the bombard, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Based on the shape of the border, I'm guessing a city tile's in here. So I think coming up on this hill is better than, say, this hill. Now we have eyes on Lyon. And I don't think we can get through here. I mean, we can next turn come here, get hit, pillage, and move out of bombard. But we have no idea what's over here, so there's no telling how safe that is. I don't want to go all sacrificial lamb with our scouts, but at the same time, it's an option. Okay, so did we address... No, this is the next important war front. So let's do this. We have 2 archers, 2 ranged, that can act on the musketeer. So we should do that. This guy gets in here no problem, which is good. This guy pillages, moves forward, which is also good. Hey, look at that. We're in line of a caravan. Alright, so this... We'll hit there. Hit there. Hit the city. Hit the city. And now let's take a look at what our options are here. Medic, not medic. Double medic. Yeah, this is why I was saying this guy should have stopped here. We could all be healing up and benefiting each other. Ugh. You take your time, you try to be careful, and you make mistakes anyways. Yeah, it's okay. It's not a problem. What we can do is move this here for a flanking bonus and try to do this. No, that's not good. Alright, so we're just going to have everybody heal up without the benefit of medics, because otherwise somebody else gets annihilated and that's no good. In fact, this guy seems relatively vulnerable where he's at. Shoot, shoot, hit. The alert helps, and moving the Great General here helps as well. So now everybody's covered, which is good. I'll risk it. It's not extremely risky, I don't think. Rip up road, and then we'll get back to the river farm. Okay, so since the guy that was coming over here... Who's stronger, Poland or America? America. Okay, so yeah, let's leave this guy here for now. Probably have this one cross the river to help support that guy. We'll get him in here. Something like that. Yep. Okay. This guy crosses the river. And look at that, there's a scout here, so if we were to go to war with them, we would have that to address as well. Farm interrupt. We're going to prioritize the river farm there. He's sitting tight. He's sitting tight. And that just leaves us with these guys. We got this guy who's coming to backfill here, so he can come and do that. And we have options here of which one we would like to join this front. Okay, so this would basically be a war of attrition. How much do we have with regards to deals with him? He's given us quite a bit of money. Alright, so we can leave him alone for now. Who knows, maybe he'll start putting more units over here. Alright, we got 3 archers, so let's get one more over here. I still like that idea, we'll do that. And then we got this option. It's a question of, do we also want to send more stuff over here and here? That's probably a good idea. Over here we've got 2 MPs, and so we'll send over another MP. There we go, like that, heading up through there. Okay, that seems good. We'll hop on the hill here, because you finish the road, you come down, finish, and then you can truck, finish, you know. It's a mobility thing. So we'll just do this and that. We're not gonna have everybody on alert. We want some people not on alert so that we are prompted to come back over here. Alright, that seems to be everything. So I want to keep an eye on Knossos because we did take a risk with the Northeast MP. It is nice. Ooh. We want France right now, and I was thinking it's not entirely clear what we do as far as, you know, Polynesia or Mayans. Mayans are the scientifically relevant ones, and that's why I liked them. We're already picking on France. But the geography and such made it seem like Polynesia would have probably been a better target in general, especially since we're kind of doing the 2.5 separate armies thing right now. And the road to Honolulu is a little treacherous. So if we made peace with him now, taking this 14 pop city would be a big hit on our happiness, but it would slow his science down, and of course we'd just burn it to the ground. I wish I could see more of the map, or I was paying more attention with my scouting game, because we did uncover some city tiles. I gotta start paying better attention to that. I think this is a good thing, so let's say accept. And we can make embassies here. And what else does he want? Seems like he'll take anything we got for him. Whoops, not salt. That's not duplicate. Truffles, there you go. Marble. There you go. That's all our duplicates for now. No sir, we actually want you. Ah! We lost another unit. Is it in Paris or is it in Knossos? I hate that we can't really look at this city. So view city. We got to make the choice, but we can see. Okay, it's right next to Paris. Let's see. What? It's got a Colosseum. So that's good. And, yeah, so let's see here. What are our options? Raise is what we want. Will increase unhappiness by 22. It's temporary, but that's a big hit. Let's come in here, see what we... Okay, we have far fewer buildings than we have turns to sell. So let's prioritize the high maintenance ones first. We'll say production. It doesn't matter. It's going to be in resistance for as long as we could have it. So we're just filling in the blanks. The unhappiness is a problem, especially since we're having multiple wars. So let me take a peek at this. I want to know which one was killed. Okay, it's in Paris. That sucks because this is our primary, but right now I actually would rather it was that guy than the one over here. Because once the Great Wall's ours, everything becomes simpler that we're trying to do over here. New unit from Valletta. Oh, wait, no. Don't want to get distracted. I thought there was another... mercantile city-state we had not gotten yet. Dyes, I don't think we have. I don't know if we have jewelry or porcelain. I forget. Looks like porcelain jewelry. And then, of course, the 3. So this would be the way we fix that. Bam. and we'll find on map where that is. Okay, nowhere that's useful for our current war efforts, but happiness is in the positive. We're going to fight at full strength, which is the point. Great scientist, great writer. I think we got both on the way, kind of, but... Alright, new unit from Valletta. Where is that? That's here. Oh, it's a Gatling gun. Not bad. In fact, Gatling gun and bombard, we should be able to kill this. So this might be a good turn to make that war. And now that we... because we do have enough happiness to absorb this city long enough to burn it down. But not that city and Paris. So maybe that's something we look at a little more closely. Medic for sure. Absolutely. He just armored up with all of his guys, so that's actually an okay thing. Oh, look at that. We actually get promotion. Why is that? Is this got an armory? Or a barracks? No. Maybe Valletta has barracks? Is that how that works? I'm not actually sure. Okay, he's one step closer to getting the promotions we want. Okay, so Knossos is hurting... but I do think these two archers should focus on the musketeer, because our units are getting a little beat up here. Speaking of which, oh, here's the good one. Okay. Alright. Yeah, once the Great Wall is over, we'll have this Orleans pushing in from the east. Should be relatively easy. Yep, so I think we got to do this and this. Okay. And now he should be able to push over, right? Looks like it. There's that. Alright, so he's going to be the magnet, but as long as we kill this off, that's not going to be a problem. We're going to have to kill that off by way of melee, though. Which is not a problem, but it's not preferred. We just don't have the option anyways. So we'll move this guy here. Hopefully this guy is able to just do it. It looks like he might not, which is okay, because if this guy can push into that tile, that would be better. But there's no way to make this attack weaker, so if he... okay. Didn't want to do that, but... he still has 2 movement points, and he is a medic. So I'm going to move back here just to help this guy heal a little. Hopefully we just take Knossos next turn, and this guy does not get killed in the meantime. I don't think he will. He is on a hill, and it's just these two that will act on him. No more melee. So, we will see. There we go. Okay. So, this turn I think might be a good time. Oh, look at that. He put himself in the water. That would be an easy kill for archers. So, let's step back here. We didn't denounce, but at this point we're so hated it doesn't matter. So, I don't think anybody's going to pay us either because of how hated. So, I'm just not even going to bother wasting your guys' time with that. There's that. And let's just take a look real quick here. We now have duplicate salt and silver and gold. Salt, silver, and gold. It looks like Bakal wants all of them. He's our new friend, kind of. Declared peace right in the middle of everything. There's that. And while I'm thinking of the Mayans, let's just take a look at Tikal. It's the same turn, so we don't need to sell. These turns take so long, I lose track. Yep, that's all we've covered. Okay, so we're about as good as it's going to get there. I backed the Great General off so that we can step in here, see if that's enough to kill it. It's not, so we'll kill it this way. Sure, why not? Alright. And we'll push through here. We'll push through here. Here. Yeah, let's occupy all the city tiles. I see there's a Chris Swordsman in here. This way he cannot get out. And I am liking the... in fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and hit the city. Oh, you know what? I meant to move this Great General back, so this guy hit without the influence. Okay. Let's hit the city. That way this is a magnet for the bombard. We don't want to kill this city off, but there's nothing here to pillage, so we're going to have to be exchanging blows there. We got multiple impies coming in from behind, though, so nothing to worry about there. Looks like we cannot go through here now, and thankfully we made peace here, so we'll be going through this way as far as getting him up there. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to finish that tile. I wanted to pre-build and do this because I wasn't sure where it ended off. Okay, so we're going to be paying a gold on that for an extra turn. Not the end of the world. This Greek thing's in the way, so we'll just do that. Great General has good coverage, so we'll leave him alone. And he can start resuming that for the river farm. Okay, we'll do Gatling gun first. Oh, okay. Scout is now free to go. We'll have this Impy come in here, and these two can swap places. Hey, that actually worked out. I called off the Archer here so we could stock up Berlin a little bit better, and then Valletta sent another unit over there, a tanky one, although its range is limited, so it's not perfect. But and we can see we're no longer at war with this. Don't you guys like that red outline? I sure do. Oh, look at this. Kabul's actually scared of us. Yeah, we'll just take the money. Because we're in the end times, money's not as important because we don't have the same long-term goals we would normally have. Alright, so this guy is still damaged, and it looks like we can hit it by melee, so that's probably the way to go. Let's do one shot, soften it up, make sure it succeeds. There we go. And a lot of Mayan units still around, but I guess that's to be expected. Alright. So this guy can pillage, and he moves in here so that he can move in there. We move this guy here so that he can move there and there. We have encircled Paris. We do have damaged impies, which means our archers should be free to wail on the city, and that's exactly what we want. Oh yeah, that's his last shot there. He comes here, right, because the sugar... Oh, the sugar needs... Okay. So I guess this means this Great General's just going to sit tight here. Everybody's covered, so it's not a big deal. So it looks like Paris will fall next turn. And that means the Great Wall will be ours. So we'll have to make sure next turn that we fight Paris before we fight Knossos, because it's going to just be easier. We'll have him do this. And I don't know ultimately where we want this Great General to go. I'm thinking maybe we should get it out of the way so that this worker can have his choice. I don't think Orleans is where we're heading with the main army, because we should be able to use the scrap army to do that. Yes, it has a wall, but our guys are getting some experience fighting. We are the Zulus and we are the Honor Tree, so those promotions are going to come quickly. And this just looks like a nightmare. We can see mountains here, rough here. This just looks like a nightmare. Probably better to push either into Lyon or Samoa to start you know, crippling his army, so that eventually our secondary army at that point will probably have like range, so we can come down here with Gatling guns or something like that. That's how I'm seeing it happening. So yeah, I think I answered my own question. Very likely the main army is going to be heading south. So for this Great General to cross the river to get out of the way does not appear to hurt anybody. We're no longer influencing this, but this Great General is, and that's all we need for it to be. So yep, let's cut through here. It's a little safer over here now because... Oh, you know what? Tikal is ours. I mean, we can come down here. Oh, no, we can't. Great Wall. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll have the Great Wall. We'll step pillage if we survive. No, we won't. We'll back up. I should have said Tikal's ours. Let's just go this way because it's safer. I totally forgot we were not going to be able to zoom. Okie dokie. Mistakes were made. Okay. And this guy will help galvanize these guys because they're kind of weak right now. I'm really hoping that one doesn't get killed. But if he does, it's not the end of the world. Alright, this erases the farm, which means that's no longer a tile we want to be working, right? Growth in 5. Still growth in 5. So let's move here. It's another hammer compared to that, and the faith. We just don't have any other useful tile. We are getting towards the end. I'll check the unit cap, but it's really not accurate. Everything's in flux. Okay, we are a good amount past the half-hour mark, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for joining me. We're suffering our first losses, but it's not the end of the world. This is the way it goes, especially I think with the Zulu, since you just want to go impy. You don't want it to be your, veterans here, but as you can see, we still have 6 top shelf dudes, probably the best in our army still. So, anyways, leave a like if you feel I've earned it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.